Alright, in this video we're checking out the Geelang Anger 75 whoop, and this is a brushless whoop. Comes with the drone and all these parts here in the case. Comes with a nice case. Get a spare canopy and a spare frame if you happen to break either one of those. Those spares are available for you. Comes with 3 batteries. XD30, these are a 260 milliamp hour 4S LiPo. So yeah, this does run on 4S, which is not what I prefer, but this is what the designers wanted. And we got a spare set of these Gemfan 40mm 4-bladed propellers. And you get a screwdriver and an extra rubber band. That's for holding the batteries on. That's down here on the bottom. And yeah, 4-bladed props here on the drone as well. These do come with different kind of motors here. 1202, I believe, yeah, 1202 6900 kV. So yeah, they say 3 to 4S. They're using a 4S battery in here. I think 3S would be fine too, but I didn't test that. I think if you want to go 3S, probably go to like a 3S maybe 450. You might want to try that. Maybe try that later. But yeah, I just flew it stock, as I always do. Stock tune, stock battery, just the way it came out of the box. The components, the stack in here is not whoop style parts. There are 16mm components. So you got a 16mm flight controller and ESC. It's on the other side here on the bottom. It's kind of hard to see. And the motors are soldered on. Also difficult to see there. They're not on plugs. They're soldered directly to the ESC. It's a 12 amp 4-in-1 ESC, 16mm 4-in-1 ESC BLLAS, and F4 flight controller. So there's a lot of these. I think it's a copy of the iFlight stack. And then you have a very small video transmitter there. In the back, it's not a 16mm video transmitter. The camera on here is a Caddx EOS 2, and it's using a FreeSky compatible D16 receiver. I think it's called the AC900. Single antenna here. Didn't have any issues with range. It seemed fine. It does come in D16 mode out of the box. It does come in instructions as well if you want to switch it to FHSS mode for whatever reason, if you want to do that. But yeah, most people probably will fly it on FreeSky D16 mode. So this is an interesting design. It's got these 2 pieces that are 3D printed here on the side. I'm not exactly sure what those are for. Maybe for holding the drone, I suppose. I really don't know. It just seems like a lot of extra weight that isn't really needed. And it does have sort of a slight dead cat style here. The motors in the front are a little bit further apart than the motors in the back. So that does have some issue with the flight characteristics, and you do get yaw washouts on dives and acro moves on this one. Alright, so here's the weight. This is going to be pretty heavy. It's coming in at about 56 grams, and then with the 4S battery, it's coming in at 87.4 grams. So overall, the performance of this is kind of mediocre compared to previous products. I think they're just trying out some different components on this style here to maybe just see if it'll work or not, and maybe I don't think they've actually flew it a whole lot and compared it to previous models that are out there. I know that they're trying to go for these 1202 motors, and yeah, I'm not sure if that's the best one for this. It's kind of confusing why would they go for a 1202 instead of 1103. It just seems like it would be heavier. I think this is a heavier motor, although I didn't take it off to weigh it. And you do get yaw washes in this one. This is, as I said, it's kind of heavy, especially with the 4S battery. I think if they were going to go for this 1202 motor, I would have gone with a different KV and a higher KV maybe, and maybe stuck to 2 or 3S. But yes, this is the way this is the direction that they've gone in. I may use these parts in a toothpick build actually. I think this might a 1202 motor here on say 65mm or 3-inch prop might do better depending on the weight in terms of performance. But all these parts here are basically parts you could stick into a toothpick build, so I may do that down the road. Anyway, here's the flight demo. If you guys have any questions, let me know, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.
Alright, so I apologize for the lawn mowers. It's gardening day here near the park, I guess, and so there's a lot of gardening noise. I'm trying to fly a little close here. This is what the props sound like. And these are the 4-bladed gym fans. This is about normal for what they should sound like. The tune sounds okay. Well, you get a big boost and you go full throttle on 4S on this little tiny battery, but still feels heavy. Can't adjust the camera angle. This is the stock setting on the canopy. I don't see too much jello, it's not too bad. Yeah, the tune's alright. It just feels heavy. And there's that yaw washout. That's kind of what I was expecting. It has to do with the small prop size and the weight. That's pretty normal for these kind of whips. You just have to kind of fly around it, not do any, I guess, sudden movements. Oh, I just pinballed under the picnic table. That was kind of cool. In and out. I think on these 1202 motors, you do get a little bit, it does feel like you have a little bit more throttle response. But the top end's not so great. And I think they're compensating for less top end by going to a lower kV motor and higher voltage. So they're trying to do something different. And I'm not sure if this will necessarily translate into more flight time or not. It's hard to say. So I'm at 13.9 volts. I think the low battery voltage warnings are kind of low on this default setup. Normally you would get them about now at around 14 volts, I think. So it is a pretty small battery. I'm getting about 3 minutes. So about what I was expecting. I think I would probably land at this point at 13.7. But let's see what happens. We'll give it another 30 seconds. And it's getting quite windy right now. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not over the lawnmower noise. But you can see as the voltage drops, you can see the pitching getting affected. Now it's dropping to 13 volts. So they have their battery voltage warning set really low. I'm going to bring it in now. Yeah, it should have went off earlier.